A week after the High Court started hearing testimony in the petition by NRM's Faridah Nambi Kigongo, the prosecution started making final submissions. In her final submissions, Nambi asked the court to strike out all 5 affidavits sworn by Nalukoola on the grounds that they were sworn without following the laws governing affidavits.
My Lord, during cross-examination, the witnesses were pressed to actually say that whether those were election officials who were rotating around those polling stations. Of course, they are not. But it is an evidence of a one Lewis Rubongoya that actually he was rotating around those polling stations. Therefore, he never denied that.
Among the affidavits the prosecution once struck down are those by NUP Secretary General David Lewis Rubongoya, Fred Ntale Mukasa, Sylvia Nachobe, Kezeki Adamba, and the one Musa. On the merits of the petition, they highlighted the non-compliance of the elections with the electoral laws, making the whole process illegal, and that this substantially affected the outcome of the elections.
We told the judge that from the 14 polling stations, the Electoral Commission had the right, they had the freedom, they had the power to extend voting to the next day. The declaration of a final winner in parliamentary elections happens 48 hours after the voting has commenced. Nalukoola was announced winner on the day of the election in the deep dead of the night.
Based on the laws governing Electoral Commission, Section 12.1, 64.1 and 76, which touches on nullifying the elections and postponing any polls in case of any violence and riot during the elections, Nambi told court that the Commission would have exercised its discretion to nullify the elections and carry out a fresh one.
It is only one conclusion that can be reached in this matter: the annulment of the election of Nalukoola as a Member of Parliament for Kawempe Division North constituency.
Regarding the 16,640 votes from the 14 polling stations which were not tallied, Nambi asked court to consider the margin of over 8,000 votes between her and the winner Nalukoola and find that the untallied votes were vital to the outcome of the elections.
We have told the judge that that number is greater than the margin between Nalukoola and Faridah as to put the result of the election in Kawempe North in doubt.
Nambi's legal team also highlighted reports of bribery and disruption of elections officers on the voting date, which actions were blamed on Nalukoola's polling agents and some NUP officials including David Lewis Rubongoya, Matthias Walukaga, Hilary Chiaga, among others.
If Nalukoola was sponsored by the NUP, then having accepted the officials and leaders of the NUP to participate in his campaign and election, he cannot run away from the illegal practices that they committed on his behalf.
Judge Bernard Namanya adjourned the case to tomorrow, 20th May 2025, when the defense legal teams will make their final submissions in this petition. Jorram Paul Ssonko for NTV News.